What's up, guys? Boogie back again with another live stream. A quick live stream this early morning. I hope you guys are doing well. Shout out to you guys for supporting your boy, for continuing to support the channel. We are almost at 10,000 subscribers. So do me a favor as you're coming in, just like the video. And shout out to everybody who joined me on the live stream last night. We had technical issues in terms of, I think, chatting in the live stream. I don't know what YouTube was all about. YouTube was just bugging out. But I hope today we can be able to comment down below and things like that. Because I don't know what was wrong with YouTube. But shout out to you guys for supporting your boy. Let me just see. Okay, today we can comment down below. So if you leave a comment or leave a super chat, I'll be able to see it. So shout out to you guys. All right, you see the title, you see the video, you see the thumbnail. So let's get into it. All right, let go.
Okay, perfect. What I gotta say is this, right? Yeah, men are supposed to chase, or men are supposed to be the people that are going after these women, but the woman has to be worthy of that.
There's plenty of worthy women out there. Plenty.
Where?
Submissive, feminine, don't have high body counts, beautiful, snatch, workout, have both parents. There's
Where?
plenty of that out there.
Where?
Okay. They're not the loudest though.
They're not the loudest.
They're not the loudest on social media, or they're not the loudest on, what's trending. The people that are actually trending are the people that I wouldn't say like are wifey material. If you look at it, you look at social media, look at what's going on right now. Someone said
you don't want that woman. You want the woman who's off social media.
Off social media. Okay, so where do you meet such women?
That's a good question. That's what I was asking. Where are these so-called good women who don't have social media? If any person has a smartphone, chances are they're on social media.
You have to go out into the world. You have to get off these apps and stop listening to podcasts. They do exist. You can go to churches. You can go to women's groups, different things like that. Festivals, events.
Churches?
There's plenty of them. A plethora.
You mean in churches? You mean where the women who are done with the streets, done, sleeping with so many guys, and then at 35 they turn to Jesus? You mean those women in churches, or the women who leave clubs in the morning and then just go straight to church?
Okay, I guess it also depends on where you're from. I'm guessing you're from the States.
Yes, and hold on, it wouldn't even matter for you because your name is Travel with King K, meaning you travel around the world.
Yeah.
So they're everywhere for you, technically.
Okay, cool. So what do you think, like, a lot of women are not used to men like walking up to them anymore to approach them on the street, right? Mm-hmm. So what would be the approach then? Say you're at a festival, say you are, you said women's group. I don't know if like men are going to women's group, but like, let's say you're at the gym. I think the gym is like one of the best examples, because I go to the gym sometimes. I see some good looking women, but it's still a mixed bag. So if you're saying like women's group, or like you're saying at a festival, it's still a mixed bag. How do you know, you're making all these approaches? Like, first of all, like, women are not used to approaches, but you go approach a woman, you got to get to know her a little bit for you to know what substance she's working with, for you to know, like, if she's worthy of you to continue to chase her. But it's also a numbers game. Where is the best place where, okay, when I'm going here, like, I'm going to probably meet somebody that fits a lot of like criteria for a wife? And don't say church.
I think you're thinking too far ahead, Kay. Like I tell the ladies who come up here, you can't go out and say, oh, I'm looking for a husband off the back. No, you're just going out, you're enjoying yourself. If you see someone, yes, that's in the back of your mind. I'm single, I want to meet someone. But if I see someone who I think is attractive, maybe if I'm at a festival, hey guys, oh, what are you drinking? Or what brought you out? Do you like J. Cole or Drake? I don't know. I'm being hypothetical. Start there. And the way to learn about someone or see if they have substance is dating. But a lot of men, they don't want to date.
Yeah, because women told men, don't approach us. We're out here with our homegirls having a good time. Stop approaching us. They literally say on social media, they pull out their TikToks as soon as you approach, unless you're 6'7" and famous NBA basketball player, then they may give you a chance. But if not, they call it stalking. They literally put men on blast for approaching them. That's why men stop approaching. Why is she acting like as if she doesn't know what's going on?
don't want to spend money. I don't know
See,
what that's
spend
about.
money.
I don't know how you, I don't know. I
You
don't
gotta
know.
spend money to get to know somebody. Like,
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
if it's a number game and you're going out on all these multiple dates, like obviously that's not financially smart either
Exactly.
because you're spending money on somebody that's just probably there for a one time get to know, and then you see, okay, maybe it didn't work out, right?
Well, okay, I'm assuming you're using your discernment. I'm assuming you're going to have a telephone conversation with this person. You guys are going to chat. You're going to use your discernment, and then you'll decide. And I'm assuming if your name is Travel with King K, you work hard. You have, I'm sure, some
Right? She keeps using his name. She's trying to be passive aggressive and attacking him for no reason. She does this all the time. Every time a man calls into her show, she tries to patronize him, talk about his money, and I hate.
to take a woman out somewhere nice. I didn't say a Michelin star restaurant. I didn't say on the top of a roof, with balloons going out of the sky. But I'm sure there is a budget for you to take someone out.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that list of places that you can't take a woman to anymore, right? Because that's pretty much what girls are asking for. You got to take them to somewhere worth. It might not be a 5-star Michelin restaurant, but like you got to take them somewhere worthy of like them being able to tell their friends, like, hey, yeah, like I went on this date, he took me here, because like that's what sticks out, right? So you got to come off the bat like pretty much trying to impress, obviously. So it's
Yeah,
like you're doing this
not worth it.
like I don't know. I would like to call it personally. I feel like dating is like a game. Like you're spinning the Russian roulette, trying to like find something that works for you. You might say like yeah, it's about discernment, but a lot of people too can fake it.
Exactly.
But again, back to discernment. You have to use your discernment. And isn't dating supposed to be fun? When did we get so serious? Oh my God, there's a list. And have fun. You're a young man.
Dating is supposed to be fun. It got so serious when women started asking for men to spend $500 on a first dinner date. That's when it got so serious. Because men always thought, it's a day, we're gonna get to know each other, we can take a walk, we can go get some ice cream, we can go, I don't know, go to the park, whatever. I don't know, get something easy to eat. But ever since women said these are the places you shouldn't take us to, Cheesecake Factory, we don't want to do coffee dates, spend a lot of money so we know you got money. Until then, men always thought it was fun, but women made it seem like a business transaction.
A young man, you should be excited to go out with a beautiful woman you are attracted to. That just says to me, she's not your dream girl. If you don't want to take her out on a date, if that's not the woman you feel you should take out and do all of the things for, she's not your dream woman.
Yeah, you're right though. Dating used to be fun. Like, I like to go out on dates. I go on dates. I do think that the discernment thing you're talking about, like what you need the Holy Spirit to come tell you, yeah, this is the kind of girl you should be talking to. Like, it used to be fun, but I feel like nowadays, like it's more of like a judgment sport on the part of women. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's not how it is in real life. When you go out into the real world and you get off a podcast, I don't see even men. That's some of the women that men talk about. Men are buying drinks. Men want to buy fancy dinners. I don't see that.
And how is that working out for them? What, a man is just supposed to keep buying fancy dinners, buy fancy dinners for this woman and the other woman. Now, if the men who bought fancy dinners actually kept those women, because we need to see the results. What are the results of buying fancy dinners? How many fancy dinners is a man supposed to buy for him to find actually a woman who's going to stay with him, a woman who doesn't want him for the fact that he bought a fancy dinner? What are the results of the men buying fancy dinners? Are they married, or are they just keep buying fancy dinners for multiple women?
Part of the world. Maybe that's just not my reality. I don't know.
Because you're a woman,
but that's not the world I exist in. So whatever you believe to be true, that's exactly what it will be. That's what you're going to attract. Again, I feel like men, I'm not saying people shouldn't consider your feelings, but men once upon a time went out and fought wars. They went out into the world and worked hard, and they had something to prove once upon a time.
And once upon a time, women used to cook for men. Women never used to truck in public. Women never used to say, I don't need no man. Women never used to use their money to intimidate men. Women never used to abuse men verbally and physically. Once upon a time. But guess what? Nobody's tradition anymore.
Now it's like, oh, men want to be catered to.
Yeah.
Where are those men from the early 1900s
And where are
who
the
dressed
traditional
up
women?
and wanted to impress women? Where are they?
Where are the
I mean, they
women?
still exist.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think there is this divide of like, the men versus the women. The men that you're talking about still exist. They're still out here. The women that you're talking about still exist and they're still out here. How do these
Where?
people meet? That's the important thing. Like, how do these people get to like find the values that matches what they're looking for? You know what I mean? I feel like that's where the divide is.
But Kay, what are your values? What's important to you? What do you like to do? What are your interests? What are your hobbies? Maybe you like rock climbing, go to rock climbing classes. Maybe you like festivals, go to festivals. Where are these women hanging out? Maybe you want to learn Mandarin, Chinese, go to a class. I don't know.
Men
You
have done all
travel.
those things.
The world is your oyster. If your name is Travel with King K, you should
Oh,
not have an issue.
she
And
keeps
you sound like you're
attacking me, man.
Caribbean.
She's
I'm not
being
Caribbean,
passive
actually. I'm
aggressive.
Nigerian.
Nice.
Um,
Oh, okay. Nice.
Personally, I don't have this
Come
issue,
on.
but I'm like chiming in. I'm chiming in because, like, I think it should be a good debate, and like, I think like, I can learn from some of the perspective that you're sharing. You know what I mean?
And it's
Go back
being
home.
very
There's
humble.
plenty of women. There's 54 countries in the continent of
You know,
Africa.
you know
There
what's
are
crazy?
plenty of women who are ready to cook, clean, and they are homegrown. No BBL, no nothing.
Where?
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Like,
Where? Because I don't know if people got the memo. The feminism pushed by Cardi B, even women in developing countries or third world countries are literally looking up to the Cardi B's of this world, the Megan Stallions, because they have social media too. TikTok, they watch it. So if a man in Nigeria is talking about it, clearly it's an issue that's spreading. Even men in China have an issue.
even like I've been back to Nigeria like recently, like not in the last 4 years, and even there, like, yeah, like there's a tradition or there's a culture of women that like, do these things and like, more submissive, da 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 da. But the same way you're asking, where are these women? Where are these men from like the 1900s? I feel like even in Africa these days, the climate is changing.
Exactly.
Even in Africa, they are starting to adopt the
The
Western
Cardi B.
ideology of like,
Yeah.
how things are in the West. So it's
Right.
like,
So don't go to Ghana. Don't go to Nigeria. Go to Tanzania. Go to Sierra Leone. Go somewhere else.
actually,
Cameroon.
Doesn't get it. She doesn't get it.
true,
Different country.
true.
Mhm.
She doesn't get it.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the conversation.
You're welcome, Kay. Thank you for coming out.
No worries. Take care.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
She doesn't
Don't
get
go
it.
to Nigeria. Don't go to Ghana. Forget those girls. Yeah. Go to Cameroon. Go to Sierra Leone. There's plenty of women who are not modernized. They don't even know TikTok exists.
That's not true.
Kenya, South Africa. South Africa is modernized now. Zambia, Somalia, Egypt. They're even Muslim there. Zimbabwe, the Congo, South Sudan, Mali. Okay, you got a lot of options and you got a passport.
She's being condescending. I don't like it. But the truth is, any woman 25, and actually, let me say, any woman who's 18 and older who has a smartphone is going to be on social media. And she get influenced by other women. It doesn't matter from whichever country, whether it's twerking, the music, asking men for money. It doesn't matter what country. So the age group this guy is talking about, they are all on social media and they get influenced by each other. I can guarantee you, even the woman in Egypt who covers everywhere, if she has access to TikTok and she looks at Cardi B twerking, chances are she's going to be influenced. She may not do it, maybe because in the country it's not allowed, but the mindset starts to change. So at the end of the day, there's a real issue that she's not really addressing. Obviously, she's a woman. She's not going to want to hold other women accountable, because if she holds women accountable, they're not going to call into a show. I get it, but it's just disingenuous. Anyway, shout out to you guys who are watching me this morning. Please like the video as you're coming in. Get the likes up, man. Support your boy. If at least if you're here trying to support me, if you can't send a super chat, just click the like button. I really appreciate that. All right. Um, let me just see what else she has to say, because I think somebody else came in. Give me 1 second. Let me see what's going on. Mm. Hold on. All right, give me 1 second. All right, let's go.
Because I met this person on your live. So I just needed your advice or opinion.
You met a man? What man did you meet here on the live from the dating show?
Okay. I'm just going to use Jay just for like, I'm just gonna say Jay for privacy.
Is he American or is he African?
He is an African living here in America in Philly. I'm in New York.
Okay, all right. So what happened? You guys connected in the DMs. All right. He saw your glowing, beautiful face, and then what happened?
Okay.
Mhm.
So he reached out to me on Instagram and we started talking. He asked for my number. I gave him my number and we were talking for a while. We talked about everything. We talked about his living situation. He told me about his house and he bought another house. He told me about his family and I told him about my family. I tried to keep the conversation as interesting as possible. It was going great. We talked about so many things. So usually there's just certain things in people that I feel like, especially gaslighting. Gaslighting is one of my biggest pet peeves because it's something that time. So I realize it the slightest bit as I feel like I'm being gaslighted, I pick it up because it was something that like I grew up being gaslighted. So it could be in any form and I will recognize gaslighting.
So what did that look like in your situation? What did he say? When
Okay,
did
so
Gonna
things
play
start to go
victim.
left that you feel like, okay, well, this is not gonna work. He's gaslighting me.
okay. So we were talking, mind you, like I said, remember, because I told you we talked about our families, right? So we were on the phone and I had cooked something that day and I was telling him about it. And I said, I just like trying new recipes. I love cooking. I feel like it goes hand in hand. And I told him that, right? And then he goes, oh, my daughter will love you. I have no issue with men with kids, but
Wait, wait,
okay.
it almost dawned on me. I think I know who. I'm like, okay, go ahead. Go
So
ahead.
he said, my daughter will love you.
What's wrong with
Now,
you?
I feel like we talked about everything. I remember everything he told me. He told me about his cousins, his brother, his friends, their wives, but he never, ever mentioned him having a kid, ever.
Okay.
He never even mentioned him. In fact, he told me he lived alone. So when he said
Maybe he
that his
does.
daughter will love me, I said, "Oh, you have a daughter?" And he goes, "Yeah, I told you that." No, you didn't tell me you have a kid.
But what's wrong with that? Maybe he thought he told you. Why is that such a big deal that you have to call into a dating show to expose what you talked about with a man? He opened up. He did lie. He didn't say he doesn't have a daughter. He maybe didn't tell you. Maybe for oh my god.
He goes, "No, are you sure? I thought I told you that."
Okay,
Right
maybe he
there, it
thought you
was just
did.
like, ugh.
How old is
Because
your daughter?
his daughter is 4 years old. He's been in the States for 6 years.
So what are you feeling now? He first of all he lied to you. He
He didn't
wasn't
lie.
honest.
He didn't lie. He maybe just didn't tell her. He didn't say he doesn't have kids. That's one thing she didn't say. And he didn't say it. Maybe he didn't tell her he has kids, but now he's telling her he has kids. What's wrong? That's not lying.
Honest, right? And he has a young child. She's very new to the world. So what is your question for me about the situation?
So, but it gets worse than that because I personally I just withdraw.
That's how they miss
It
out on
gets
good
worse
men.
than that. So when he said that, I still had my doubts, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to play it low for now, give him some grace. So when he said that, I said, well, I would remember if he told me he had a daughter. I remember everything else he told me, but how old is your daughter? And this is when he started telling me about her age and how he and his baby mother still have like joint custody
What's wrong with
and
that?
all of that. Anyways,
I mean, he's a good
fast
father.
forward, he was supposed to come see me on the 23rd of March to New York. And 23rd was also his birthday. He
And
said
I,
he
you
wasn't
know what? Yeah,
working.
I'm gonna stop the story here, Belle. One
Okay.
thing I remember about you is you was looking for a high value man who makes money. I
Yeah.
remember when
All
you
of
came
them.
up on this live, you had serious
Yes.
standards and serious requests. I remember that very clearly. So this doesn't even align with the girl that I met when I first met you. But keep going.
Okay, so was she supposed to ask for his bank account information to find out if he's a high value man and makes lots of money? So high value men or rich men don't have kids with other women? I'm confused. I don't know what was the point of actually bringing that in.
No, so he said he was going to come see me. His birthday was on the
Hi,
23rd.
Miss
He wasn't
Mariam.
working. I don't work on the weekends, so I was like, that's fine. On Friday, so I'm in college. You know that. And if you're an engineering major in college, it's like, actually, it's like one of the most stressful things. Like, sometimes you get so stressed, you start crying. And Friday was it was Thursday, actually, sorry. Thursday was just one of that days for me. We had an exam. And there was some reason why my professor refused for me to take the exam. So I was just going back and forth from buildings to buildings, trying to get it sorted out. And I'm literally on the verge of crying. I'm stressing out. It's like frustrated. He texted me. He said, he said, good morning, sweetheart. No, this is important. Please call me as soon as you possibly can.
Oh, wow. It's an emergency. As soon as
Yeah,
possible.
that's what he
means
said.
Emergency. Okay.
So I called him in the building I was in. Mind you, this is testing going on. So you can't have your phone out. So I said, what is it? This is a no phone zone. Like, is it important? He said, well, yes and no. So I said, well, I'll take it as yes. What is it? He goes, oh, well, unfortunately, I can't come see you on Saturday. I mean, I can still come, but it would have to be later on. So I said, okay, why? He said, because one of his coworker, I think, was having a very important dinner or something, and he had to cover up for the coworker. Mind you, that same Saturday is also his birthday. So he said he had to cover up for the coworker. So I said, all right, so you could just come see me after work. He doesn't leave work till 4:00. But he had told me when we were on the phone talking previously that he left work at 2:30. So I said, well, I thought you leave work at 2:30. He goes, no, I leave work at 4. So I'm like, okay, you can't come see me on Saturday because Philly is about 3 hours away from
So
here.
why don't you drive to
By the
see him?
time you get here, and I know New York traffic, it gets really crazy. So by the time you get here is about 8:00. Because once you leave work at 4, you have to go home, you have to freshen up. You probably won't start leaving your house till 5:36. When you get here, it's like 8, 9.
Why didn't you go to see
There's
him?
nothing to really do because you have to drive back home anyways. You're not staying here. You're not staying in my house. I don't know you. So I don't think Saturday is going to work out. He goes, well, what about Sunday? I really barely hang out on Sunday. Sunday is like my day where I take to refresh myself and mentally prepare myself for the following week. So I said, well, I'm not too sure about Sunday, but I'll call you and let you know. And I was irritated, but I wasn't irritated at him. I personally was just irritated because of what I was going through with my whole schooling. He just called in the wrong timing. And I gave him a call back that evening, I think at like 9 something when I got home. And it just went straight to voicemail. He never called back. And he didn't call me for like 4 days.
So he ghosted you.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then,
because probably he learned from your attitude and the way you were so fixated on him coming to see you, because you're not considerate that things happen in people's lives. Because if the same thing happened in her life, she would hope the man can understand that, she's in school, she can't go to see him, she has things going on. Women do this to men all the time. Oh, I know you're going to hate me, but I just wanted to let you know that something came up. And men are supposed to understand it. Men are supposed to just be the best understanding man, the patient type of man. But when it happened to her, when it happened to the man, now she's on a dating show talking about how the guy ghosted. Maybe because when he talked to you, he kind of picked up on the energy. Or maybe he was even testing her to see what kind of person she is. Because women do this all the time. Oh, let me test him to see how he reacts. Literally. But when it's a man doing it, now they have an issue with it. The double standards are crazy.
and he
saw the red
finally
flags.
called me like 3 days ago. And I missed the call. I called him 20 minutes later and he never picked up.
Maybe he was
So
working.
I'm just like,
Oh my
okay, I'm
God.
not going to bother. I have other things in my life to stress about. Men will never be one of them. And then yesterday, out of nowhere, I'm just sitting chilling, and he sends me a link to one of the songs I told him was my favorite song. He just sent me the YouTube link. No words, nothing. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do.
Well, I feel like you're very invested.
She sounds very immature. I'm gonna be honest. And the reason I don't believe a word she's saying, because it's her side of the story. Because men rarely come out to tell their side of the story because nobody really believes the men anyway. So she sounds very immature. But what's gonna happen, and I'm gonna play it for a couple more seconds, is Ashley is literally going to attack the man, even if she has never listened to the man's side of the story. And then number two, she's not going to hold her accountable because it's woman versus woman, the sisterhood. And then number three, Ashley is going to shower her with compliments and tell her, you know what, he was broke. You should just go back to wanting only high value rich men and things like that. I haven't watched the whole video, but that's my prediction. Let's go. Let's see.
Invested in this relationship more than he's invested in it. It sounds like you like him more than he likes you.
See.
And again, when I met you, Belle, this is coming from the most loving place.
See.
This was not the same Belle, not the same young lady I was speaking to almost 2 months ago who came up here with confidence. Confidence. She was sure of what she wanted and who she is. And this
Guys, what did I just say? I swear to God, I've not watched this video, but just observing women for so long, you can literally tell what they're going to say. I told you she was going to shower her with compliments and not hold her accountable in any way. She's just going to take her word for it. And she did every word for word, bar for bar. Everything I said that she was going to do is what Ashley did. Man, you got to give me my flowers in the comments. Oh my fucking God. This is so crazy. She's just feeling the delusion. Oh my God.
doesn't sound like the same young lady. And granted, we may stub our toe, we may, find ourselves in a situation. However, he's showing all signs that he's just not that into you. That's what this is saying to me. And he's playing the game with you because he knows you like him. He knows you're going to answer. He knows you're going to be available. He knows that if he says tomorrow, do you want to meet up? You're going to say yes.
Going to move on. Okay, because I wanted to move on, but I thought probably I was being rational. But thank you for confirming that for me.
Yes, you're a beautiful young lady. You have a lot going on for yourself. You're in New York City, not Philly. Creme de la creme is here. No shade to Philly. I'm not saying Philly don't got the places, but y'all know what I mean, Philly. The creme de la creme is in New York City. Okay? I want you to work on your self-confidence and your self-esteem. All right?
Well,
what did I tell you guys? This is why single women keep other women single. I'm telling you. I don't mind a woman getting advice from a woman. Can you get advice from a man too? So you compare both perspectives. Because women will always try, not, of course, not all women. I don't know. When I speak, I'm speaking generals. I'm not speaking, all. But at the end of the day, now, to be fair, Ashley is running a business. So if she tried to hold accountable, maybe other women wouldn't call in. But I just knew it was always going to be the sisterhood. It was always going to be the victim. The man is a bad man. You're beautiful. You deserve better. I knew it was going to be the same shit. I knew it. Anyway, shout out to you guys for watching, man. Oh my God. Shout out to the T Lamont, Loaded Lux Gaming. I see you. Is it Latim Have it 9111? Shout out to Miss Mariam. All right, let me go to. There's a video I wanted to review. My video. Hold on. Right here. All right, right here. I did go to Ilkanali's to Fadi's stream, I think last Sunday, and this is what happened. This is part of the stream. I don't know why is this not. What's going on here? Hold on. Okay. Oh wait, you can't hear it? Audio is too low? Oh, it's too low or there's no volume at all? Too low? All right, give me 1 second. I thought you could hear that. Oh no. Okay, got it. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. Just give me 1 second. Very low. I got you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. All right, I got you. I know where to find it. Just around I got it. I got it. Thank you for letting me know. That's gonna be, where is that gonna be? Okay, I got it right here. All right, I got you. Thank you guys for letting me know. All right, share screen. All right, I'm gonna play it now. Just let me know how it's going. Just comment down below. This should be fine though.
Years into their careers or whatever their job may be, so on and so forth. And that 30 is like the midpoint. You know what I mean? You're not old, but you're definitely not old, but you're not young, right? So you just got done with your 20s. You 5 years into true adulthood over 25. Usually people, I think the engagement stage or knowing people stage somewhere around 2 or 3 years. So they actually start dealing with each other in their 20s. So I think there's enough of where that woman actually likes that man and not enough gap for finances for it to be a need. I think the first dude she marries is there's some need to it, but she definitely likes the man more so than she needs him because it's just not enough of a gap financially.
I agree. I do agree with Mr. Fantastic.
So you think that most women marry the man of their lives, or do they marry the man that they need at that point?
I think at that age they marry the man that they like because to Mr. Fantastic's point, in most cases, it's most men around that age have not fully established themselves financially. You know what I mean? That's they're still growing, still building. So I don't believe that the woman would have married them for the need.
But then why does the guy, when she's younger, get all the sex and gets her best, gets her to compromise her so-called value? She don't even know God yet. But when finally she supposedly values herself and looking for the security plan, looking for the retirement, she ends up settling with this guy who she has demands for and expectations for. The guy she really likes, we'll say over and over again, all those rules go out the table. It's off the table. She'll break all her rules. She'll change all her regulations and procedures. And she'll go, hey, man, I'm doing anything for this guy. Well, this guy, hey, he has to make sure he brings this to the table. He has to make sure he's a God-fearing man. He has to make sure he makes about 100K. All the guys that hit her baby daddy, he ain't had to do none of that stuff. Like the guys that she passed up on, that she wouldn't listen to him either, but at least he got it for free. The other guy has to pay. So who, and I'm asking you, Chris, before you answer, who does she like more? The guy that gets it for free or the guy that has to pay for it?
Good question.
That's a hard question to answer, but I'm gonna answer that. But let me it is, and allow me to speak. You can say whatever you like. It is a hard question to answer, but I'm gonna ask.
Not a hard question. She knows the truth, but she just didn't want to say the truth. Why? Because she's a woman. She doesn't want to hold other women accountable. I already say it.
I'm gonna answer your first question.
Out the cave.
First, and I'm out the cave, yes. Okay. So I'll answer your first question first. Okay. Why do I think that the woman gave the guy that she liked and all of these things herself for free, and she everything just make them work? She gave him everything. Why do I think that? Because obviously she's still growing, she's still maturing. She's doing immature things at this time, right? So that's why she gave it to the guy that she likes. So when you ask me the question of who do I think that she likes more, the guy that she likes or the guy that she needs, what stage in her life is she?
No. So Chris, let me add more context. Even when she's 30, the guy that she likes, she'll bust it for as well too. The guy she don't like that much, or the guy that she's just looking for stability, he has to pay for it. But if the guy come along that she actually likes, she'll bust it for him too. She'll go, ooh, so that's why I really like. Yes, so, but that's why I asked you.
Ali, can I reframe it? Like I will say it with these words because this is how I actually got to this place.
Right.
And I'll repeat it. I don't have to repeat because everybody heard it, right? Chris, do you think these women at 30, do they marry the man that makes them wet or they make the man that makes them happy? Do they marry the man that gets them genuinely wet, that they are attracted to, that they can keep their eyes on, they always have to call them and all, or they marry the men that make them happy, meaning they have the house, the responsibility, the job, the car, they are present. Do you think women at 30 marry the man that makes them wet or the man that makes them happy?
Okay, so I'll answer this outside of the cave. You didn't give me an age range, so I still agree with
the average age of marriage. Let's go between 28, 29, 30.
So I'm not going to change I'm going to answer your question, but I'm not going to change my answer in regard to my agreement with Mr. Fantastic. I do agree with what he said because I've seen that more. But in regard to the question of the marriage of who do I think that they would go for more out of the cave, a man that makes them wet or the one that makes them happy, I would say due to a lack of maturity, they would marry the one that makes them wet over the one that makes them happy.
Maturity, ma'am.
So that's
Chris.
So that would agree.
So Chris,
I think they marry the man that makes them happy.
Let's rephrase it again, right?
Yeah.
So I asked this when she's younger.
Okay.
You guys see the sign I put up? Immature but can have sex and kids. That's the excuse all women use why they had kids before and why they were in the streets. But then at magically at 30 years old and 35, they become mature. To me, it's just an excuse because I gave an example and you're going to see it. I gave an example. Why is it that when women were in the streets and they dealt with bad boys and things like that, they call it immaturity? But as a man, if I have a bunch of kids or a bunch of women, I can never use the same excuse of I was immature. Men get held accountable. They use immature as an excuse so that you can't hold them accountable. For example, if a man says, I don't want to deal with a woman with a bunch of kids, with a single mom, they're going to call him immature. They're going to call that man immature and insecure, but they're going to say the woman was immature. That's why she made those mistakes, but you should accept her and the kids.
Will she get sex who will she have sex with first? The guy who will give her marriage that she's not crazy about, or the guy she's crazy about but will never marry her? Who's gonna get sex?
The
first?
guy that she's crazy about that won't marry her.
But that has nothing to do with immaturity. She knows exactly what she likes. She knows exactly what she'll go after. She knows exactly what drives her crazy, and she know who will always be there, who has a lifeline, who will be.
I'm a woman. I'm a woman. So let me.
Chris, don't do that. No, Chris, don't do that to me yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Do women know the guys who will support them and take care of them versus the guys who they know will definitely have sex with them? They know who have sex with them and they know who will take care of them, right?
It depends on what age you're talking about.
No, ma'am. Do you need maturity, Chris? No.
Why should age matter? You should know, okay, this is a good man. He has a stable career. He's going to take care of me. And this guy wants sex. At age 21 or age 100 years old, there shouldn't be a difference. Age shouldn't determine where you can tell a person who's stable and a bad boy or a player. Like, you don't need to be 1,000 years old to tell the difference.
Chris, you don't need y'all. Hey, Chris, from high school to college, even to my lifetime now, everybody knew who the hoe was and who wasn't the hoe. We also knew who the good guy was and who the bad guy was. And women also knew who would take care of them, who would give them resources, and the guys who wouldn't. You know, it's not no immaturity. It's she's gonna have sex with the guy she's crazy about the most, and she goes, you know what? It might be so good that I'm gonna end up being able to change this guy's mind. Just like the guy who would try to buy love from a woman and go, you know what? She may go out with me and spend some time with me. She know I got money, but she might not really be into me. But my money might be able to change her mind. Women know who will take care of them, who won't. But the last one, she uses sex as leverage when she can't get the guy that she wants, or she can't get control of the guy. So she puts hopes and belief that this is so good that it'll change her mind, that it'll change his mind. Excuse me.
So I agreed with the point that you made, and I'm going to speak to the immaturity situation. And Boogie, this is also for you too, because I saw you with the sign love. So is it fair to say that when a person gains wisdom, they do differently than what they did in times past? That is why I use the word immaturity. Is it fair to say that?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Thank you. So that is what I mean when I say that. It doesn't take much to give your body to somebody. But when you are out of an immature state and you have gained wisdom, you won't do that.
Now, what age is that? Boogie, that's not the correct question. Do you think most women achieve that state?
Do I think most women achieve that state?
Like, do you think at 30 most women are mature emotionally, spiritually? Remember, Chris, this is the era. This is the era of the I'm healing myself.
Not most women. I think at 30 a bulb comes on.
She's about to
at 30 a bulb comes
Chris,
on. But
so that's the point, right? If at 30 the ball is not fully lit, that means they're going to still engage into the same things that they were engaging before. It's not
I didn't disagree with you.
No, Chris. On that. When she's immature, is she going to have sex with the guy that is good for her, or the guy that makes her feel good?
The guy that makes her feel good. I agree
with you.
When
she gets mature, is she going to have sex with the guy that's good for her, or the guy that makes her feel good?
When she gets mature, she's going to be with a man that is good for her.
So who does she like better? More.
Who does she like better?
Yeah. More.
Can I translate for y'all? Because I'm here to confuse you here.
Wait, hold on.
Wait.
Please stop.
No, Creep, go off theme. Creep, go off theme. Creep, go off theme. Creep, you got into
who she let hit.
Creep, you got into it in the middle of a question. Just go after the question, Creep.
You go after, just like you went after the married guy. You had to wait.
Hey, that's crazy.
So Chris, you said when she's mature, she goes for the guy that's good for her, not the guy that makes her feel good.
Yes.
Who does she like more? The guy that's good for her, or the guy that makes her feel good? Who does she like? No. Who does she like?
She may go for the guy. She may go for the guy. I'm out the cave. Now she may.
I said
you didn't land. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't know, Chris. You're not answering my question.
Okay, go ahead.
You said when she was immature, she goes for the guy that makes her feel good. Not the guy that's good for her. You said when she matures, she goes after the guy that's good for her, not the guy that makes her feel good.
Yes.
Who does she like more? The guy that makes her feel good, or the guy that's good for her? Who does she really like more?
That she may like the guy who, I'm going to use your phrase about the wet situation. She may like that person more. but that doesn't mean that she's going to choose that person.
I know.
That's not
agree.
the question.
But we just all we're saying is that
Boogie.
Boogie, here we go.
I answered the question. Did you hear me answer it?
No,
you like to make comments when other people are saying things. You heard me answer it.
You didn't.
You're laughing.
You didn't.
I'm a married woman, so I have experience. I've lived. I've experienced.
It doesn't matter.
So,
you could be married.
It does matter because I have a successful life. I got a successful marriage. My businesses are successful. My life is successful. So it matters.
Money now. We're talking about the relationship. The moment a woman jumps from marriage to talk about her money, we don't give a fuck about your money. You could be Jeff Bezos.
I'm talking about my life because you're making comments when I'm talking to somebody as if what I'm saying is not valid. When you were speaking, I didn't discredit what you said. You said what you said. I'm speaking from experience.
Boogie has the chance to reply and interrupted and then Chris. Go ahead.
Here we go. Yeah. What threw me off is the fact that she's talking about money. We're not talking about money. I don't care if you're successful. If you're successful, good for you. Thank God for that. But we're not talking about that. It's not part of the conversation. I hate when women throw money into the situation. Like, I don't care about your money. Maybe your husband does.
I didn't speak about my money. I spoke about my success in life.
I don't
That's
care
what I
about your
spoke
successful business. Let's talk about the marriage.
But listen, if you were down there listening because you were doing a lot of back talking, you would have heard me answer. You would have heard what I agreed to.
You talked about your money. I'm just letting you know. Men, especially not your husbands, don't give a fuck about your money. So don't talk about your business, please.
I can talk about whatever I want to when somebody is asking me a question. What I was saying to you is you're down at the bottom and you're making comments as if what I'm saying is not valid.
It's a panel. I can say whatever I wanted to say.
Yes, you can, but there are rules. So if somebody is speaking to one person, you should wait your turn. You're making comments out of turn.
You gotta wait your turn, Boogie, like they told me.
What'd you say?
I literally waited my turn. Now, when somebody is speaking, everybody's allowed to make a comment. It's different from when you just jump in and completely, break off the whole panel. I didn't, because when we were all listening to the same conversation. So if Ali is asking her a question and she doesn't answer the question, I can say you didn't answer the question. That's it. But she wanted to run away. What she did, this is the tactic she used. Ali was really grilling her with hard questions, and she wasn't able to answer the questions. So what did she do? She got tired of. She ran away from Ali and used me as the bait. She used me. What's the word? I forget the term. But she wanted to run away from Ali's questions, and she picked on me from down here. Because remember, when they're going together, the way they put me up there, that's who they're talking. That's the person they're talking to. But whoever's on the panel can just say something along the conversation. But Ali was really tough with the questions, so she ran away from Ali and came for me talking about her business, like as if I give a fuck about her business. I don't care about her business, and she's a nice lady. But in the conversation here, the moment she mentioned, "Oh, I have a successful business," what is that supposed to do for me? Pay my bills or something?
You gotta wait like they told me.
Exactly. So be fair. You can say whatever you want to say, but I wasn't talking to you. And when you heard me speak, I answered clearly and concisely.
No, you asked me, was I right? I said, you're not right. That's it. I said, you didn't answer the question. That's it. That was my opinion.
No, I answered the question. And when you play it back, I want you to see the answers that I answered several times when I was asked the question.
You didn't answer the way he was asking you. It was a simple. Oh, yeah. I know the word scapegoat. She used me as a scapegoat to run away from Ali's questions. Because Ali was really asking her tough questions. So in order to stop answering Ali's questions, she attacked me because I made a comment. So now you see, now she had a chance. The real high is coming. She's a nice lady, though. She's a nice lady. But I'm just saying, in this moment, she used me as a scapegoat to run away from Ali's questioning.
Listen, you went around. Ask questions for more context. So if you didn't understand my answer, then when it's your turn, you can get up and you can ask me. So Boogie, do you have a question for me right now?
Do you want a question, or are you going to talk about your money?
Listen, I gave you an opportunity to ask me a question.
And she's trying to be louder than me to win, but that's not that. It doesn't work like that.
Do you have a question for me now?
Are you going to talk about your money if I ask you a question? Are you going to bring your business?
I never spoke about my money, sweetheart. I said I have a successful life. That's what I said. Do you want to run the camera back?
About your successful business and shit like that? I don't care. Seriously.
He doesn't want to ask me a question. Does somebody else have a question?
Do you want to ask her a question, Boogie? Boogie, do you want to ask her a question?
I got a question.
No, hold on, Crip Jesus. She asked him. Hold on.
Boogie. I got a direct question. Crip, hold
on. Crip Jesus, stop being immature, Crip Jesus.
Boogie, I ain't put out extra shit on my question.
Because these women keep talking about I was immature, now I'm mature. I had a simple question. At what age should we start judging people about immaturity? As a man, if I continue committing crimes and use the excuse of us immature, that's why I'm still in the streets shooting and selling drugs. At what age do we hold people accountable to be like, okay, you know what? You slept with the first guy, he gave you a baby, you were 22. Okay, he was a bad boy, you didn't know any better. At 25, you get pregnant again. And then at 35, you find Jesus, you're a born again virgin. At what age do women find the maturity? At what age? We can't keep shifting every time we want to hold women accountable and they talk about I was immature, I didn't know, he tricked me. And this is why, at some point 10 years later, they come back to take away consent. Oh, he used me, I was 22, I didn't know any better. For example, Cassie and Didi, she did everything. And then when she finds a better male to have babies with, she comes back later to talk about, oh, I was immature, I didn't know what I was doing. You knew what you were doing when you're sucking the whole dick. Like, we need to stop this and hold women accountable. At what age? Let's have a simple age. Okay, 22, she's young, the frontal lobe is not developed. Okay, I'll give it to you. One baby daddy, the frontal lobe is not developed. I'll give it to you. But at what age? Is it 35? Is it 30? Is it 29? Is it 28? Or should we just keep shifting? Whenever a woman says, I was immature, that's why I'm sleeping around. I was immature at 35, I'm sleeping around. And then at 50, is that when we should say she's mature? Or is it when, because she realized that, you know what? I've been playing in the casino for so long. I'm just going to marry this guy at 32 and claim now I'm mature because this is the guy I need right now. He's not the guy who turns me on right now. But I can't do any better. I have 2 kids. He's willing to be a stepdaddy. Let me just do it. Is that when we decide that she's mature? At what point?
So now I understand the question.
So Boogie, have you finished?
So somebody saying she didn't say nothing wrong. So Original Moves, after listening to me and my question, how was she not wrong? She never answered the question. The whole time when Ali was asking her, is this the guy she likes or is this the guy she needs? She kept talking about immaturity. She was immature. She was immature. At what point do people get mature? At what point do people get held accountable? Original Moves, are you going to marry a single mom at 45 with 5 kids from different men because she's now mature and she knows better? Are you going to take her? No. Is a woman going to take a man serious at 45 years old and he can't keep a job because he has been immature and now he has realized he needs a stable job? Should women give that kind of a man a chance? They're never going to take the excuse of I was immature, I couldn't keep a job, I couldn't get out of student loan debt, I couldn't stop committing crimes. They're never going to take the excuse from a man for being immature. But why is it that women can use the excuse of being immature? Original Moves, come on, comment down below. I want to hear you.
Was your question this? Because you said a whole lot.
No. I'll
What's your question?
Grace, 1 second. Grace, 1 second. I will put the filter on it. We can
my question would have been 5 words or some shit.
And then Crip Jesus go after y'all.
Get the fuck y'all learn to ask these type of questions. These is not questions. These are long ass statements. Questions. Y'all think y'all slick, man?
Somebody come get his man.
You ask a question and you get the rant.
What is LeBron looking for?
Get him out of it. Get this man out.
Jesus was mad because he couldn't come in to talk, but I had to give context. And the reason I was giving context, because every time you ask these people on the panel, especially women on the panel, and you ask them a direct question, if you don't give context, she's gonna be like, "What do you mean by that? It depends on the situation." That's why I gave all the context, the whole context of these different scenarios. Why? Because I didn't want her to beat around the bush. If you ask a direct question, usually women on the panel don't answer it directly. They try to go around it. That's why I gave all those examples. That's why I even gave an example of a man committing a crime at different ages, but you can't use the excuse of I was immature.
Out of here. Crip Jesus. Let them just it's just a quick back and forth and you interrupted. Okay.
Y'all mad because somebody figured y'all bullshit out. Y'all say, let me ask you a question, then y'all rant for 5 minutes.
Yes, of course.
A question
of course, on record, you got this. On record, you got this. Yes, you got this.
A question is a sentence long. It ain't no essay.
And that's why I'm intervening so Chris knows exactly what we're talking about.
Ending, an introduction, a middle. What the fuck? How is that the question?
So Boogie.
Chris, 1 second, Chris, 1 second. I know you want the back and forth. I want to make this as clear as possible. I didn't mute you by on purpose. I played the video when everybody got muted. Okay. So I would assume that what Boogie said was and I wanted Tia to answer that too if it's possible afterwards. What is the age on average when women finally mature?
I would say,
what would be like an age that you would say? What is
I would say, to my point, when I said that a light bulb comes on, I would say maybe 30. If you want me to give you a number, I think that's
maybe 30. Did you guys hear that? Maybe 30. Maybe means maybe 30, maybe 35, maybe 45, maybe 60. We don't know. That means we can't hold them accountable, because at 30, if she's not mature, she can transfer to 35. She can say, give me 5 more years to do whatever I want to do, to have more kids with more men, and then you can hold me accountable at 35. At 35, she can say, I'm not mature yet. Let's try at 40. And then at 40, she can say, I'm not mature yet. Let's try at 45. Until we put parameters, real parameters, people won't be held accountable. That's why she said maybe, because she's running around the question.
Fair around that age.
They fully mature, or they start maturing?
I think by 30, you should be pretty mature enough to make good decisions for yourself.
Words are important.
As a woman.
Should is fair. Should.
So at 30, if at 30 she should be mature, or pretty mature, because she's not being straightforward. She's still putting those weird parameters of, excuses of maybe, pretty mature and things like that. But she's saying at 30, do you know what that means? So before 30, we should never hold women accountable. We should let them do whatever they want to do. If they want to be for the streets, hold girl summer, have a bunch of babies with a bunch of men, whatever they want to do before 30, women should be able to do it. Then at 30, like in her words, the light bulb comes on. So now, because the light bulb has come on, even if she has kids with multiple men should just be stepfathers. I mean, she's now mature, right? She's going to be a good wife, right? She's never going to do the things she used to do before 30, right? Is that what's supposed to happen? That before 30, whatever they used to do before 30, men should forget. And then after 30, they're these beautiful angels who know Jesus and they're born again virgins.
But are they actually mature? Are they mature at 30, or they start maturing at 30?
I can't answer that question because I don't have the facts on it. But in my opinion, I would say 30 is a fair age to require more maturity in your decision making.
But do they have it?
No.
I don't have the answer for that.
See,
so Chris,
you didn't answer the question. I don't have the answer for that. Those are her own words. And I like Miss Krishna. I think that's her name. She's a married woman. She's nice. There's nothing bad I can say about her. I'm just strictly focusing on the conversation. But obviously, I would definitely pick Miss Krishna over Miss Mariam's bestie, Jazz. You guys know Jazz for sure. But my whole point in this whole conversation was the fact that they don't have a strict age or a strict time to hold women accountable. So in other words, before 30, you guys should never hold women accountable. Women should never hold themselves accountable. They should do whatever they want to do. Then at 30, maybe, just maybe, they'll be better.
If I was talking about men and they said, when do men sexually mature? I said, probably under 40s. Like when a man kind of can focus on shit instead of focusing on pussy, probably 40s. Because 20-year-old man, they put pussy on the pedestal. 30-year-old, they're trying to get pussy. 30, 40, you kind of start to see in large men that are prioritizing other things other than getting coochie, right? You can give me that for a woman. Like you can give me that like a woman who is going to be immature until X. But then when they get to menopause, when they have 3 kids, when they have a 20-year career, like can you pinpoint like an age where we can actually look at
the age that I said was 30. But you asked me a second question, and the second question was, do they do that? And my answer to that was, I don't know, because I don't have the stats on that. So I can't answer a question that I don't know for sure. But my opinion, I think it's 30. That is a fair age to require a certain.
To be fair, that's a opinion-based question. There's no stat for maturity. So we're asking you in good faith. What your opinion?
So it'd be a double opinionated question, because if you don't know the stat for the first one, then it's just a double opinionated question.
Yeah. Well, then my opinion on that, I can't. I don't have an answer. I don't know if they do that or not. I don't know.
Do you think we're in trouble? So hold on. For Patty's question again. Okay, go ahead.
Tia, you agree with her on the 30 thing?
Well, I will speak from my own perspective. I say around 26 when the light bulb went off for me. But I say around 26 to 30, like some type of accountability.
Hey Tia, I don't want to be mean at you because you'll be very nice to us, but you're still not mature at all.
I'm not mature.
Like your life decisions.
I like Tia. I don't know why Fighty was coming for Tia, but I like Tia. Tia is always, well, maybe because she's always quiet, but she's a nice lady. I don't know why Fighty was just
the way that you talk, like you're not mature at all. If you got mature at 26 and you are what, 38?
I didn't say I got mature. I said when the light bulb went off for me, I was 26.
And how old are you now?
I'm 37.
So 11 years and still are you all the way there, or are you still
yeah, you see,
glowing tips of wisdom?
All right, let me blow this up, man. So women don't start to mature until after their sexual marketplace value has decreased greatly, and they can no longer depend on their attractiveness to get what they want. So until and that's going to be upwards of 40 plus for sure. A woman does not start to even think about maturity until she has to use something other than her looks and sexual desire to get what she wants in the world.
So I think what he means by that is once the DMs dry out, once no more men are approaching her, no more men are buying her drinks, less men are taking out on dates. So I guess that's when they mature. But by then it's too late if they really want marriage and in a serious man, because at that age they want men who are 40 years old or men their same age to date them, and then they complain that men their same age are going for younger women. Shout out to Isaiah for the super chat.
So most women, again, the vast majority of women, I'm talking like that's going to be 75% or better, don't have to mature because society, the way society is made, women aren't held to the same standard, and they aren't held accountable like men are held accountable.
Yeah, that's
a woman makes a mistake, and it's just her being a woman, all these different things. So no, a woman does not even begin to mature until she's 40 plus.
So Chris, this is what actually me and Ali been talking for a while, try to debate when our woman get humbled. In my opinion, when women get humbled, it comes with maturity.
All right, so let me blow this up.
It's like I got you. Oh, right here, you go right here.
I thought that would work for me.
Yeah, no, you're going right here. I just want to land my plane. I just want to land my plane. I just want to land my parachute. I just want to land my parachute. I'm just saying,
I didn't know that's how you do it. Okay,
you remember when you was young and you used to say that fat women have the best personalities, and that shit doesn't happen anymore because now even fat women have a bunch of men trying to get at them. So now a woman that had to work her craft to become a better woman all of a sudden is as nasty as everybody else because she has options. Women become mature, like Fantastic said, when they lose their superpowers. While they can fly and freeze shit with their eyes and all that shit, they won't think about nothing. Women are just like NBA players. When you are young and you can dunk on everybody, you don't give a fuck about nothing. You don't ice, you don't stretch, you don't think about it. You get on that court, drop 30 and bounce. Once you become the old vet that can blow by people, that have to think twice, that have to ice because everything hurts after the show, this is when women and players actually mature because they can get away with shit that was given to them, either be athleticism, a pretty face, a fat ass. Now they actually have to think things through because if they fail, there's grave repercussions. They're out of the league. So I would agree with Fantastic Chris that once a woman is beautiful, and you see these a lot about like the Vivica Fox and all these women that retain their beauty for more time than they should, the Bernice Burgers and all that, they only come to earth when they actually look like shit. And now with plastic surgery, that shit is keep pushing so much that by the time that we're talking about women being down to earth, I don't think they do. I made the remark about Tia because Tia still has a little bit of a superpowers, right? And for what I hear Tia talk, I don't think Tia still is humbled about her womanhood because she still retains a little bit of her superpowers. In 5 to 7 years, we're probably going to be actually talk about it because there's no way that the woman that came on the show in the beginning of the show will talk to me like this if she looked like a piece of shit. I guarantee you, there's no way that woman that came in, blah, 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 if she looks like Precious, I guarantee you, she will shut the fuck up and try to be nice to everybody and try to give some cakes to everybody because that's what she knows how to do. So
I actually disagree with Fadi. Women these days are going all the way to age 60, all the way to age 60, still hoping to find a rich man and dating at 60. They're still having those high standards. And I even have an example here from Lisa Ray. I'll play the video real quick so you guys see it. They still think they're gonna find these amazing men out here. Real quick, I'll show you right here. They still believe they got it. So right here, look.
Have someone that you can go to dinner with, someone that you look in their eyes and you know that they care about you, not just the fickle fly by night, this is a wham bam thank you ma'am kind of thing. You know what I mean? You want to belong to someone, you want to feel special.
So how has dating been going for you? Are there any prospects, anything promising happening?
Oh, you're trying to get all in my business. I was dating someone that was very promising, and then I lost my mom. And so that kind of took over and I kind of went under. And then when I came back, it was like, yeah, I need some time alone. So I started loving on me. And so I'm in a me space. And if he comes, then that's when he's supposed to come. But I can't really say that I'm looking for it. But if it finds me, congratulations to me. Yeah.
At 58, that's the mindset. So now tell me, how are women really getting mature? And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't believe what Fadi is saying, because they still don't mature.
Fantastic, in my opinion, is 1,000,000% right. Let Creep Jesus go on his monologue, and then we open the panel for everybody else. Go ahead, Creep Jesus. Tell us how you exposed us. Because that's what you said. You said, I'm going to expose them. Go ahead, Creep Jesus. Let me put my glasses on. I'm ready. Go ahead.
You on mute.
Damn, you're talking to the...
I saw it in the comments. They said it's tethers working together. They said you let the tether talk and then you made me wait. That's
I'm not a tether. I'm a foreigner.
Okay, yeah.
A tether is an American
that's true.
immigrant that talks shit on black people.
This is what I want to say, though. No, real talk, though. I want to say, I think we're giving the women a little too much credit with the marriage part. I think women have a lot more control over access to sex, and men have a lot more control over access to marriage. I think when you keep saying, well, they choose this one or choose that one, I think what we see is women having to go with who will marry them. A lot of these dudes that we describe as making them wet may not want to marry them, may have so many options. That might even be some of what's making them wet. Oh, look at all these women after him. You feel what I'm saying? I think we got to put that into account and start making it like the dudes are just lined up saying, hey, marry me, marry me. That's a lot of times women are marrying who will marry them. You feel what I'm saying? I think
can I reply to
make
that?
it sound good on the pursuit for sex. You know, you got all these dudes here for sex, but for marriage, I don't think it's just option pick menu like how we want to paint it.
So the thing that this is why you are technically right, but factually wrong, right? Kevin Samuels made a term very popular, which is engagement queens. If you talk to the average 30-year-old man and the average 30-year-old woman, most of these men were never married, they were never engaged, they were never, like, see what I'm saying? But every time you go to these women, all of them say they were at least proposed once. They were at least proposed twice. Kevin Samuels used to have women on their 40s saying they were proposed 3 times. I think Mia was proposed. Tia, you were proposed before, right? Wow. Tia was proposed before. Chris, were you proposed before you got engaged, married?
Yes.
She was proposed.
Wow. So all these men are out here proposing to women who don't want to marry them? Honestly, I don't think a man should propose to a woman if he doesn't know for sure she's going to say yes. Now, some men do it. I don't know what makes them do it. But this also goes to show you that when a woman deals with you, she already knows from the beginning, okay, this is the kind of guy I'm going to marry. I see myself getting married to. This is the kind of guy I'm going to use as a placeholder. This is the kind of guy I'm just going to use to show off to my friends that I have a tall guy. Because sometimes women do that. You know, the same way men have a beautiful woman and they want to show the beautiful woman to the friends and to the family members. They bring her to the family functions. women do the same thing. She may not be really attracted to that guy, but the fact that he's tall, she wants to show off to her friends that, hey, listen, I got a tall guy. Because, oh, listen, I have a man who makes 6 figures, even if she's not really attracted to him like that. I mean, he's going to spend money on debts. So I don't know why men propose to women who they're not sure is going to say yes.
To be like, see what I'm saying? If you go talk with the average woman, most women had the opportunity to actually control access to marriage and relationships. They just threw the ring away. Most of these women are keeping their engagement rings and go to the next person. So in technicality, men control access to marriage because they have to propose to the woman. But in actuality, if these women want to get married tomorrow in mass, they will find somebody that would. If these men wanted to be married at mass, they will struggle off of them because most of these women either don't want to marry them or they don't have to access to them, not even sexually, let alone on a I am your husband, you are your wife. So
I actually agree with that.
You have to agree or disagree?
No, I actually agree with that because
we agree with each other. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy, but I do agree with that part.
Yeah, I don't like to agree with you. Hey, I changed my mind. Men control access to relationships. I changed my mind.
Anyway, man, this was a good panel. This was last Sunday. Hopefully one of these days I'll be back to Sundays. But Sundays I'm usually busy, so that's why. Oh no, I think there was a storm coming. That's why I was able to able to get to this panel. But shout out to Fadi, shout out to Ilkan Ali, shout out to Tia, shout out to Mr. Fantastic, Miss Krishna. She tried to attack me, but I think I defended myself. And I'm also going to review the panel, I think 2 days ago when I went to Ilkan Ali's panel and they attacked me. They attacked me for saying, for simply saying that no good women left. Oh my God. This time it was just Krish, this lady attacking me. And the other time it was Jazz. But the panel of Tuesday, I had all the men were attacking me. I couldn't even believe it. All the men on the panel attacked me. All of them, every single one of them. It was a 20 verse 1. I stood 10 toes down, but oh my God, they win it. Like, not in a bad way. It's a panel. It's a debate. So it's going to happen. But shout out to everybody who joined me this morning. It's actually it's afternoon now on the East Coast. But shout out to Miss Mariam Azores, Isaiah. Thank you for the super chat. I see this is intelligent, and I can't say that. Shout out to you, bro. I know who you are right there. I can't say your name, but shout out to you for supporting. Shout out to all the Ninja Watchers, Lux Gaming, the Human Chapter. Shout out to you. T. Lamore, Original Moves said one thing and then he disappeared. Everybody watching, but you can't put in a chat. I see you. I really appreciate you. I call you the Ninja Watchers. Ninja Watchers, just watch, don't say nothing. If you like the video, that means everything to me. I'll be back. I'm not sure when, but you'll see my face again. But I'm still dropping videos, so what is he saying? Talking all that crap with kids in Tao. I'm not sure what that means, Mr. Bose. All right. Anyway, I'll be back. Shout out to you guys. Miss Mariam says, hyenas attack. But it's okay when it's one, but when they gang up on you. But yeah. Anyway, it is panels. I love panels. The reason I like to join other panels, because usually when it's just me, I'm listening to myself and I believe everything I'm saying. But at least I like to be challenged. That's why you guys see me joining different panels. And shout out to you. Every time I join different panels, you guys come. I see in the chat supporting me, especially Miss Mariam. You support me, so that means everything to me. But yeah, I like to go to different panels and try to have debates, but also give my opinion and try to dismantle people's opinions. Because sometimes, so you see the way I was asking her, at what age is maturity? No one was asking that question. Until I came in, she wasn't really answering Ilkan Ali's question. Even when I asked the question, at what age do women mature? She still didn't answer. You know why? Like somebody said it. Actually, I think it was Isaiah. Yeah. Isaiah said it right there. The reason they don't want to put an age of maturity, plausible deniability. At 35, she's not mature yet. You gotta give her 5 more years. At 45, she's not mature yet. Then she'll be like Lisa Ray at 58, being out here dating. So shout out to you guys. I'll be back till next time. Like the video, subscribe. Peace.